What is going on, everyone? I'm back with another PSA returns video. This time I've got 19 cards. These cards took ages to get back to me after the recent June special that PSA had, which was $13.99 USD that ended up being about 50 days or something to get these cards back. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video, but was having a break, been busy with life, so I'm going to get straight into it. We're going to look at these 19 cards and we're going to see how I went. First up, we have Mew VMAX in a PSA 10. This one I purchased from Lotto Tom off of Instagram. So shout out to Thomas, if you're watching this, man. Thank you for this card. So this card I thought was a little bit off center on the back. Oh, sorry, on the front. The back was really clean though. Sorry, I've just got out of the shower, so it's there's a little bit of humidity, I guess, I'm getting on the card. So the back was super clean. The front was a little bit OC. It looked clean otherwise. And yeah, it's come back a 10. Obviously, with the VMAX cards, you don't have to worry as much about the centering on the front, just because you miss that top border. But otherwise, yeah, really good that I got this one in a 10 and I can tick that off the list. I think actually after this sub, I think I'm one card away for having all the alt arts from Fusion Strike and PSA 10. So we'll go on to the next one. And that next card is the Mew V. So this card, I actually got it sequential. So it's 8-8 and then 8-9. So I've got a couple of cards in my collection that have got the sequential grade. And some people are into sequentials. I actually graded a sequential Celebrations Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur recently, which was like really lucky. I can't believe I can even pick those Charizards up these days for as cheap as I can raw. But yeah, picked that up, sold those three together to someone, pretty much sold straight away. So either my price was too good or they were really keen for it. So yeah, Mew V. Actually cracked this out of a CGA 10. So I was pretty much like guaranteed almost this was going to cross grade to a 10, because CGA 10s usually cross to PSA 10s quite well. So that card, I actually like the V a lot more than I like the VMAX, but yeah, got those both in a 10. Next up, we have Urshifu VMAX, another one I need for my alt art collection for Sword and Shield. This one I think I picked it up off eBay. Reasonably cheap, didn't like overpay for it or anything, but yeah, that one is another one ticked off with the alt arts. Next, we have a full art Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. This one again in a PSA 10. I've graded maybe 2 or 3 of these previously in PSA 10s. They usually sell pretty well. It's a Charizard, it's a full art, it's a very nice card. So that card also in a PSA 10. We have the Dragonite V from Pokemon Go. This card, for a long time there, was only like pop 300, and in context to modern Pokemon, that's quite low. For vintage stuff, 300 would be quite high, but this card sit around 300 for the longest time, and I've graded quite a few of these. Like I've graded one, I've got one in my collection. I just love the full arts. Full arts are like pretty underrated in my opinion. They don't get a lot of love, but they're really nice usually. I think it's more to do with the design of the cards. Like they're very like 5-band graphics is, I think they do like do a lot of it on the computer, so it's not like an artist actually drawing it as such with a pen or anything beforehand. But yeah, that card in a PSA 10. And we have the Sylveon VMAX. So this one, I already have graded one of these in a PSA 10. This one is going to be for sale on eBay, on Facebook, all the rest of it, on my Instagram. A lovely card, beautiful card. So this is the second time I've actually graded a Sylveon VMAX. I think this one cost me somewhere around $250. So I think I kind of picked this up before cards started going up in price, before everything started popping off. So really happy that's in the PSA 10. Then we have the Leafeon VMAX. This one was actually a cracked CGA 10 as well. So I was pretty sure this one was going to cross grade. I do want to do a video talking about arbitrage in Pokemon and in grading and stuff like that. So basically what I've done is I've bought it in a different graded company's slab, and because I know from experience that they usually cross, I actually was able to buy this at a really good price, lower than what raw for these was going for. Crack it, and if you've seen my Instagram recently, you would have seen that I've already graded one of these before. So this will be the second one, and this one will also be for sale with the Sylveon. So that's 2 really nice cards, 2 really strong sellers as well. So hoping that, yeah, I can get a bit of money back on that. But yeah, I will be making some more content around grading and stuff, and I in particular want to make a video around arbitrage now that I've been grading a few cards that I've cracked out, because they were cheaper elsewhere, and I'm able to add value by putting them in a PSA slab. Then we have the Blastoise in a PSA 10 from Celebrations. I've graded numerous amounts of these since 2021. Really nice card. These have actually seemed to have ticked up in price, which is crazy to think about. Like, I could have held on to all of the ones of these that I've graded in the past and then sold them now for more than I've ever sold any single one. Like, I usually sell them for like $80 each, Australian. And I'm seeing sales over like 110, 120 on eBay. So it's crazy to see this card have gone up in price when the pop is like, must be close to 15K now. I think it's probably 13, 14,000 PSA 10. So crazy to see that moving up in price. The Entei, this one's also seen a move up in price now that Crown Zenith's kind of out of stock and it's hard to pick it up in most places. This one is a PSA 10. It's I'm not sure what the pop is on these at the moment, but this is yeah, also seen a bit of a price rise. Then we have the Umbreon from what is it? I think it's the Obsidian Flames Umbreon in a PSA 10. This is the EB Games promo, so anyone who knows me knows that I love a stamp every now and again. So this card, I've already got one of these in my collection. I do have like a bit of a side quest to complete a PSA 10 set of all the EB Games stamp promos, so I'm definitely not anywhere near completing that. I've got a lot of cards to get to do that, but it's kind of taken a back seat while I've been working on other stuff. So this one also going to be for sale. Crown Zenith Giratina V-Star. So this is a massive card. I think I picked this one up at the collector's market earlier this year. Picked up from a guy who I know, his name's Ben. Yeah, I wasn't really sure how it would grade. Like it is a little bit heavy on the right-hand side of the card. So I wasn't sure how it was going to do. Ended up, yeah, doing really well. And I should be able to turn this over for a little bit of money. I do have a Giratina Raw in my collection, one that I pulled. So eventually I'm going to send that one to PSA. Yeah, have that in my collection because I really love this card. It's so like it's such a good artwork. One of my favorites from all of Sword and Shield, actually. Anyway, hopefully mine hits a 10 as well, but we'll see how that goes. And we have another Charizard. So I mentioned that I did grade sequential Celebrations trio, and I did sell that. So I was lucky enough to be able to pick up another Charizard soon after I bought the first one, and this one has also hit a 10. So these still sell pretty well, anywhere in like the 300 to 350 range. So they've kind of held strong while the raw price has really dipped down from the days of over 200 raw. Now it's I think I picked this up for like 100 raw maybe. We have a Leafeon V. So this one, unfortunately, this is like our first 8 or less than 10 in the pile. I will just mention that I did try to sequentially grade this with the Leafeon, and the plan was to keep this Leafeon if I did, but unfortunately this hit an 8. So I do love the Leafeon V art a lot more than I like the VMAX art. Just a lot nicer. So this one, it's hard to say. There's probably a lot of things going on here. The centering on the V's is obviously a little bit harder to judge. Potentially there's some surface issues with this. I'm not super clear on what that is. I noted that PSA is actually doing like a grading report now on anything higher than Express graded. So it'd be interesting if they ever bring this to bulk to, have those cards that you could send in, and when you get back an 8, then you'll be like, okay, that's why I got an 8, or that's why I got a 9. So I've thought about potentially cracking this and sending it back, but we'll see what happens. So that's our first less than 10 in the pile. We then have a Jolteon VMAX. I did send one of these just in my last sub, and that one I think got an 8. So this one to get a 9. It's actually relatively clean. It's just got those like typical premium collection box issues where the corners aren't perfect. There's a bit of edge wear in most of the corners, but otherwise the cards are really, really quite clean. And I was really hoping this would be the one to get the 10 up, because then that would mean I finished all those EV promos from the collection boxes. This is the last one I need in the 10. So that is our first 9. Then we have a Charizard V Alt-Art from Brilliant Stars. This is the third Charizard I've graded now. One of them got a 10, one got a 9, and this one also has got a 9. So that's another 9 for the 9 pile. We then have a Venusaur. I wasn't able to get that sequential Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur again. I only ended up getting a 9 with this one, and I have sold this on eBay over the weekend. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, it's Brady Plays Pokemon, but you would have seen I posted a reel that was, a bit intended to be a bit of a jab, but also a bit of fun. Someone reached out to me. The context is I was lowest listed on eBay at $40 Australian, and someone messaged me and said, hey, what's your best price? And I was like, well, I'm the lowest on eBay. I'm pretty firm on that. I'm not going to go any lower. And so like I can appreciate the hustle and, you know, trying to barter a good deal, but like I'm not going to go any lower. I'm the lowest currently, and they ended up buying it pretty quickly after I sent them back that message. So yeah, this has been sold, and that'll be going to someone. Also to note, like I won't make any money on that. Like that after raw price, grading, postage, and then the eBay fees, like I'll probably lose $15 on this. So that's just the game I play. I got an Iono in a PSA 9, and this one I think I picked that up at Collector's Market. It was pretty clean too, but the SIRs and the IRs in Scarlet and Violet have been a lot tougher to grade than I guess the equivalents in Sword and Shield. Have to have a look at it later on, but yeah, unfortunately we only got the 9 there. And then the last one is the EB Games Charmander. I hadn't graded one of these in a PSA 10 yet, so I was hoping this would be the one I can add to my collection. It is a little bit like thicker on the bottom, which you can see on the front. And then the backs they always seem to have like in the corners, the whitening in the corners, but it seems not too bad. Anyway, that's all guys. So I ended up getting 13 from 19 PSA 10s, 1 PSA 8 and 5 PSA 9s. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to making some more content, some more grading related stuff, some more PSA returns and things like that. I'll catch you all later. Hope you have a good week and see ya.